the imagination. As Napoleon Hill said it perfectly, the imagination is the most miraculous, inconceivably powerful force. When I was a kid, I sat there on the computer making superheroes, designing everything, every fine detail from their masks, their eyes, their eyebrows, their nose, their mouth, their hands, their body, their outfits, their shoes, colors of everything. One by one they came out, 10, 20, 30, the list just kept coming. Giving speeches now in front of hundreds of people, very confidently. Now I own my own businesses, travel the world, own my own international nonprofit. And it was the application of these higher faculties that you have too. I am no better than you. You are miraculous. You are so perfect. If only you could see the perfection inside of you. Stop wasting your life. Stop fucking selling dope on the street. Stop taking off your clothes and stripping like a wild animal. Stop wasting away yourself when your parents aren't home. You may laugh, but when you go to sleep at night and you cry yourself to bed because you don't give yourself the love you deserve, remember my voice, that you are perfect. We have these higher faculties, not just me. You have them too. Imagination, intuition, free will, power. You have, yes, reason and memory and the imagination. Imagination. Using that, hold these images in your head with your willpower and you imprint with emotion. The mind is like a garden. It takes 21 days to create a new idea in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like the soil underneath the ground that you can't see. But when you start digging that shovel, it's there. And when you start listening to those affirmations, or you start repeatedly reading that book and writing those thoughts down through repetition, you imprint the emotion with your imagination. You know, Kobe Bryant, he said it perfectly in a recent interview that these storytellers, these mystics of society have this childlike imagination. You know, they just got this imagination, these kids. Kobe Bryant said these storytellers and these creative people in the creative field. I've been in the creative field for a long time now. Had a lot of success. It's a beautiful thing what the imagination can do. You don't need no superpowers. You don't gotta fly. You don't gotta read minds. The mind is more powerful than that. You can not only read somebody's energy in their mind and what they're thinking. You could read so much more than that. I had a friend, a mentor, one of my old mentors, a good friend of mine, before he sunk into depression. He could read people's auras and their energies. He went into surgery and came out of it, and he described it as a fuzz like you used to see on television, along with a brief hint of color. He would tell me, it's purple, no, now it's pink, and it's getting dark purple, depending on, the mood I was in. And he had met a lady that could, right away, without even knowing him or talking to him, pointed out over 5-6 deficiencies in his body, and she told him that she could see hundreds of deficiencies, just not even talking to somebody. It's amazing the gifts we have. You can be spiritual, relate to the Christian Bible even if you're a Christian. Go back to the dreams, the spiritual gifts that so many people had, not just Jesus. We all have them. And we have higher faculties. The imagination is the most miraculous, inconceivable thing, just like Napoleon Hill said. Our ability to visualize like no other animal can do and see the flowers, feel the soft buds on the flower, and then attach the emotion and the belief that I will hold that flower in my hand. Yes, I will. And that flower appears and manifests in your life just like that. See, the past is in the past. We cannot change that. That is a broke mentality. The future and the action that we take today, my friends, is what determines who we will become in that future. So it is with the imagination that brings back the future into the present, and then you take the action and it manifests. Infinite spirit. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. As some of the most powerful people on the planet. I'm not talking about trillions. Understand this stuff exactly. The same stuff that's propagated out onto your TV, your music. You must stop and ask yourself, where did your identity and your limitations come from? If you really stop and think about it. Your parents? Did your parents tell you you can't go to college? Do you think that stopped a small African American kid in Chicago? In the suburbs? People probably told him he was crazy when he told them he was going to be president one day. He was going to go to Harvard. But the mind, the subconscious mind, 21 days. It's a beautiful thing. You're just as capable as me. Use the imagination. Everything around you was once in the mind. My thoughts are coming from my mind right now as you watch this and listen. I'm thinking. I'm not rambling. I'm already 2 sentences ahead. And realize that everything around you was once held in the mind. Your phone. The color of your phone. Your walls. The color of your walls. Your car. Your glasses. Your shirt. Everything. Your haircut was once held in the mind of the person that cut it. He wasn't just blindly cutting. He was visualizing and planning ahead the whole way, bringing back the future as he cut. May not have been aware of it, but your life is no different. Your life is exactly the same. Have the courage, people. Have the courage to not only love yourself, but use these gifts that God gave us, the Creator, Allah, whatever you want to call Him. Now, if it takes 21 days for you to form a new belief, new habits in your mind, then we must ask ourselves, where did your identity come from? You know, when you think back to childhood, we all have memories that we can recall on from, our teenage years, preteen years, all the crazy stuff we did as kids. But when you stop and try to go back to the most important years when your mind was being completely set up and programmed by your environment, it's our environments as kids that build the foundations to our subconscious minds and our habits and our identities. Now it's the decisions we make afterwards, mental decisions that can override that. However, the most beautiful thing you gotta stop and discover in life, the most magnificent thing that you can discover, you not only discover who you are, but you start to take off these dogma masks that were placed upon us either through music or television, and you use your mind. You reprogram and take back your creative powers and build upon your own self, your true self from within, using our higher faculties and using repetition, using the subconscious mind, using the 21-day rule. 90 days to build a reality, 21 days to reprogram your subconscious mind. This is all tested stuff. Thoroughly tested, guys. And this is only the surface.
What reality will you create with your mind? You can bend reality with your mind. There's nothing, absolutely nothing the mind cannot do. You know, when JFK was talking to his team when they went to the moon and he was planning on getting to the moon, they told JFK the absolute truth that anything is possible, JFK. We can not only go to the moon, we can do it down to the exact inch power that your mind has. What reality will you create? What person will you become and create? Don't just dream. Take action. Be courageous and use your mind. Take back your life. Take it back and honor the person that you are. Honor your dreams. Your life is way too short. Don't waste it. Dream and use your gifts that you were born with. Honor the miracle that you guys are.